Cool. Hey guys, Joe from FAF Airsoft, and today I'm going to show you quickly how to change out your stock bucking to an upgraded bucking. Let's get her going. Make your gun more better. Starting now. So this here is a version 2 hop-up unit, meaning it's in standard M4s. AK hop-ups will be shaped different, but the concept is still the same. So first thing we're going to need to do is remove the clip. And we'll put my hand over it because a lot of these clips tend to jump out once you remove it. Perfect. Set that off to the side. Next simple thing we're going to do is make sure our hop-up is turned completely off, and that allows us to easily and freely slide that hop-up unit off. We're going to take the stabilizer shim, place it off to the side, and there we have the stock bucking and the stock barrel. As you can see, the matte blue is slightly longer than the stock one for this unit, so we hopefully should be able to slide that sucker on and also have a better air seal. Sucker slides right off, nice and easy. Next thing we're going to do is I like to take just a touch of silicone oil, put a drop there and spread it out up front past the opening hole. The reason why I do this, one is it helps with the air seal, and two, it allows me to slide my stock bucking, which will be dry onto there. I won't have as many fitment issues. Next thing we're going to do is match the hop-up bucking with the barrel. The barrel will actually have a notch in here, and the bucking will also have a guided notch too. That makes sure that your bucking stays center and doesn't rotate during usage. So we're going to make sure that sucker fits right onto that notch and slide her on. Once we slide the barrel forward, the nub here is going to strike the backside of the barrel. We're going to squeeze and lift up so that way we don't damage that nub and push forward. Now we're just going to do a nice simple tuck to make sure she's pulled straight across from there. And we're going to eyeball to make sure that she's sitting there nice and circle. We don't want any kind of weird shapes, an oval shape or anything like that. Simple thing we can do next then is going to take the hop-up unit and remove the hop-up arm. This is where we can then change out the stock nub. If it's not being a stupid Jerkosaurus Rex. Not all your hop-up units needs that clip off. What it'll do is allow me to pull this arm off and lift this sucker up, but some of them allow you to slide on. So next, what we can do with that hop-up arm off is we can watch this bucking slide into the window. So again, we're going to use that notch there that the barrel has. That's going to be on the bottom of the hop-up unit. What's cool about polymer hop-up units is they are pressed together and made kind of like a mold, and so they'll have a crease in the center here. That means all we have to do is slide that hop-up unit on and match that crease with that line. Next thing we're going to do is take the top here. We want to shine a light to make sure that that bucking up top there isn't being grabbed by that gap. Sometimes the hop-up units can grab the very top of that bucking right in front of the feed lips and cause her to pull above and create an oval shape, which will cause some misfitting. So she went on there nice and neat. And the next thing we're going to do is look down the barrel to make sure that she is a circular shape, not an oval or any kind of weird. This is where we can make sure that she's fitting properly in there. Cool. So once we know she's good, we're going to go ahead and attach the clip to her. The barrels will have notches on the side, and your clip will also have a notch as well. And that's where it lines up with that barrel. Those barrel notches generally have to be on the very back side, flush against the opening of that hop-up. We're going to go ahead and push that clip on there. If your clip is protruding forward, that may mean that you might have to give it a little bit of a push in and push down to make sure she's snapped in, but our hop-up unit is fitted nice and cleanly. Next we're going to do is go ahead and replace the stock nub with the new upgraded nub. Not all of your buckings will come with an upgraded nub, but the matte blue includes it, allows for less hop-up to be used to apply pressure. So now that we have that sucker down, we're going to go ahead and grab our arm. One side, complete circle, this side. So you notice that it'll have an expanding swirl pattern. So that one means that that's the one that the arm is going to attach to. Again, your hop-up unit may be different, but the majority of your M4 hop-ups will have this. AKs, you'll have kind of like an arm sliding system, and that'll be a little bit different. So now what we're trying to do is make sure that hop-up arm fits within that crevice, pushing that sucker all the way forward and reapplying that clip. There, nice and neat. Perfect. So next what we're going to do is align that hop-up arm hole with the hole on the hop-up itself. So the hop-up arm has a hole for it, and that's where this pin is going to get pushed through. So easiest thing to do is just take maybe a pin punch or anything like that to make sure that sucker fits nice and neat, pull her out, and we should be able to quickly push this in. If you need to, you can take a hammer and just kind of quickly tap that sucker through to make sure that she is flush and properly pushed through. We see her on the other side as well. All right, next thing to do now is to do a quick hop-up alignment check. So during that whole time, that barrel could have rotated in our hands. And so we want to make sure that the nub in there, as it arcs, the apex of that arc, right, is centered in that barrel. So we're going to use the eyeballing, right? I'm going to eyeball the bottom of the hop-up unit here with that nub, and I'm going to turn this hop-up on max. Because what I'm trying to eyeball for is making sure that that sucker's apex lines up with the center. And again, we have a nice little crease here of that hop-up unit there. That way we know it's not going to apply more pressure to one side or the other of that BB. Perfect. Slight rotation, clockwise, very little, but she is now rocking and rolling. We're going to go ahead and turn that hop-up all the way off so we don't forget that, so we don't create jams. And now we'll just be able to then simply attach the stabilizer shim. And we are all set to put her back inside of our gun. Something simple like that, guys, not too difficult at all. And it'll allow for you to greatly increase the efficiency, the range, and the consistency of your replica.